Hello, Andrew. This is Eric. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Are you still available for the interview?
I sure am. How are you doing?
I'm fucking good, man. It's been a while. Maybe you remember last time we met in person was, of course, at Oval. We spoke quickly, but the last interview was with Rise Against a long, long time ago when you guys.
Oh shit! That is a long time ago.
Yeah, and if you remember, actually it was the police, the cops were doing the search at the entrance, and they didn't want me to enter with my microphone, so we pick it up, and the cops just, show us the door outside, and they were, looking the interview. Like, what the hell?
Weird. Asshole.
So, Andrew, it's gonna be really, really easy whenever you're ready. I'm gonna do a little intro presenting the radio show, and then I'm gonna introduce yourself when you're ready, my friend.
Perfect.
Hell yeah! It's such an honor to have you back to Prescription Punk Rock. Who the hell are you, my friend?
My name's Andrew. Some people call me Goose, and I sing in a band called Comeback Kid from Canada. Well, we're all in Canada, but I could,
Andrew, so much thing happened since the last time you came in Quebec. And it's a good thing because there's a new records. But what I'm impressed every time is that you guys are kind of challenging yourself musically because it's always a step ahead. But this records, it's something special. How was the process of creating this time for you guys?
Well, just like everybody else, we were, kind of locked down during a lot of, the last couple of years. And so where we kind of had a little bit of a challenge was, we all live in different cities. So I live in Toronto, one guy lives in Winnipeg, and three guys live in Vancouver. So we would send demos to each other on email and, just on our computers and stuff. And we were just working really remotely, and we'd send stuff back and forth. Luckily, we could record at home, and I'd shoot Stu in Vancouver an idea. Hey, why don't we change the key? Why don't we change the key of the verse or something on this one? And maybe that'll make it flow better. Why don't we add a breakdown here or something? And a lot of that happened, and then we meet up in Winnipeg maybe a few times, a couple times just for writing, and then one final time for writing and recording. But that was a little tricky too because we kind of had to dodge the COVID rules. Sometimes, people weren't even allowed to go to other houses, so we'd have an Airbnb to rehearse in because there was no practice studios, practice spaces open. So we would just get a basement of an Airbnb and hope that nobody heard us, and because we're all coming from different places, and we had to kind of be low key about it, So, but we finally recorded in Winnipeg after postponing it because even the studio wasn't open. To have 6 people in a studio they're freaking out about in Winnipeg, and but we made it through, man. We made it through, and the album's done. Just in time to start putting out some singles now, and the record will come out January 21st. And we've been playing shows again. We just finished our first indoor tour in the U.S., and we've been doing tons of festivals since we came to Quebec last summer. So.
It's cool. It was different to every band, but I'm so proud that you guys stick to it and just push yourself. Even if it was more harder, maybe get out of your comfortable zone of creating and just do something that you're born for and do it very well. And maybe the record would be released in January if it wasn't of the pandemic, if there's something positive about that shit.
Yeah, dude. No, I feel like we worked it out really quite well timing-wise. And we just, we finished it just in time, and then we had the record in our back pockets. And it's just coming out all just in time. Right now, there's only 2 singles out, but, we'll have another single in December, and then the record in January. So it's all working well, and I don't really see any other punk and hardcore bands from Canada or metal bands really playing out as much as we are. Quite yet, so something's going right. So,
and that's the thing, it's another thing, a lot of band thought at the times when you guys, started up of growing up that it was impossible to get out of of Canada, but you prove that you can do it, and it's incredible. How amount of people every time you release the records are getting in the family of Comeback Kid.
It's still working yet. It hasn't not worked yet, so that's good.
And it's because you were non-stop touring and everything. And that's the hard part. Sometimes it's just a matter of time, band started up and they want to get big quick, but it's always a matter of time. But the way you stick to it and, and the music, of course, and the talent, just the passion and all together is just, it's where you are, and it's gonna be crazy, I'm sure the last show was amazing. How was the reaction and seeing people, seeing show lives again?
It's been awesome. I just got back yesterday from Boston. We played a tour from Florida up to Boston, played New York and stuff along the way. It's been really, really great. There's a kind of reignited figure with the band, and I think that there is a lot of extra passion, and there's a lot of built-up emotion that we definitely had to get out, and you can hear on the new record and on the new songs. So.
And it's incredible. People, lost something that we thought impossible to lose, seeing show live. So I'm sure there's going to be less whining and people just enjoy the moment. From what I saw, the show I saw this summer and recently, it's just a matter of having fucking fun and seeing band and just encourage the scene.
Exactly. I mean, look, Quebec as a province really, really stepped it up early for us. We've already done 3 shows in Quebec, starting when I met you this last summer. We played in Victoriaville, and then we played Quebec City already, and we have some plans of some more shows coming up. So Quebec showed me a lot of love during the COVID time and just coming out of it. And I was able to spend some time in Quebec actually during the pandemic. I was producing a band there called Boundaries, and they're from Quebec City too. So I've been around. I've been around your parts.
I know, there's such a love affair, and Boundaries is such a great band. I met them through the release of their first records, and it's so cool to see bands that are, they're taking music and creating seriously, but they don't take themselves seriously. So, it's not about that, strong image of hardcore, but just having fun, which what I love. It's a new vibe.
100%.
And the record is good. You did a hell of a job.
Thanks, man. Are you going to be able to show the people a song or what?
Of course, we're gonna play them. And the thing is so cool that you take time with people in the scene and help them. It's just it's something that when you are in a position of having the experience and touring the world and sharing that with new band, it changed your life, and it's time for a new generation of headliner, a new generation of band. We're there.
Exactly. I mean, a lot of people gave us the time of day when we were younger, and if there's anything that we can do to give back to the music community and the bands that we like and the bands that we believe in, then that's, obviously we want to do that. I think we're always the kind of band that we're not trying to take out always the biggest bands on tour with us or get on the biggest support tours. No, we're more about trying to show the world what we think is poppin' and the bands that we think are cool, and we like to mix up the bills and maybe expose people to music that they wouldn't as easily know just by knowing Comeback Kid or something like that. I think that we've shown that we love to put up together diverse types of packages. So that's kind of our vibe, especially right now.
Yeah, and I think that guys in the band have always been really open-minded about music, and that's the thing. I remember, when you joined Comeback Kid and the record that was released at that time, I found it so much originality, and that's what at that time and still now, that's what I'm looking for, not something that has been creating. A lot of bands try to copy or recreate something they love, but it was a lot of style, a lot of thing, and it brings something unique, and I think that's why you guys are always, getting better to it and getting more people. It's because it's different each time.
Yeah, so let me correct you. I didn't join Comeback Kid. I started Comeback Kid, and I started playing it on guitar.
It's true.
And then there was 2 albums that I played guitar on, and then I moved to vocals.
It's true.
So I need to clarify that,
And you're right. I should have said when you joined the vocal, not the band. Because, and the evolution is incredible. But, the new records is really strong. It's going to be everywhere in January. So how's going to be the rest of the years for Comeback Kid and the startup of next year's?
The rest of the year looks pretty busy. We are going to start a tour in Las Vegas in a couple weeks, and we're going to go all the way from California to Seattle with No Warning and Scowl and Zulu. And then next January, the album release tour is January, February in Europe and the UK. And then we start the first of 3 runs with Cancer Bats across Canada. First one's going to be around Toronto, the next one's going to be around the West Coast, and then the third one, which isn't announced yet, but it's coming, will be, I think, in y'all's neck of the woods. So we'll be coming through there, and we're just kind of doing it in the shadows right now, but this is like the sneak peek,
Wow, man. I'm so proud of the Canadian scene right now. It's such there's so much great band out there, and it's starting to get more and more recognition, and there's new wave of band and metal and punk and everything, and it's...
Well, it's incredible still for all the shit that, we want to talk, that we can talk about, our government and this and that. As a musician, I have to say, I feel like we benefit a lot from being in Canada, and there is some support that Canadian, organizations are able to give to musicians here, which hardly ever happens anywhere else in the world. It's kind of crazy, to be honest.
It's true.
I have to give credit where credit's due to companies like Factor and, Manitoba Film Music. I know Quebec has crazy shit like that, too, like funding and stuff for artists. So it's something that American bands would never have, They would never have that. So...
It's the unity. I think we understood that all alone it's impossible, but if we create a scene and there's a lot of people that help, and there's a lot just the injection of little money can change everything. So and in Quebec we have the chance to have all those people, helping each others, and it's really, like I said, it's a family thing, and I think it's the same thing that happened, in Winnipeg and, in Vancouver, and it's all about, each other and not just individual trying to get rich or have success. It will not work. Ask Andrew. There's not much money out there, and thank you for losing money in the name of music.
Totally. I've had many times, with one band or another band, but I'm about it for the music. Like, I've paid to play for many, many, many years, and I've had many tours or trips or shows where the expenses that it costs to make happen to play are way more than what we get paid, And so you have to take those opportunities or those experiences and really, try to have a good attitude about it, because you're not always going to be. Sometimes we're even paying to play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not always easy out there, but when you are rewarded, sometimes it's pretty sweet. So, And there's a lot to it.
Yeah, you're right. It's way more than just music. But people, are aware more of that, a lot know how it's hard to be in a band now, and with the pandemic, it wake up a lot of people about being in a music band, that everything can stop, and you're not in a situation where you got a lot of money save or anything. So I think that it's gonna change, and people, if you can, go fucking buy merch. It's more important than ever, and it's cool that people that were unable to see show spend their money in band, but continue that way.
Yeah, 100%. I agree.
So I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of bundle and everything with the new record. And by the way, the artwork is amazing. Who did the artwork?
His Instagram name is Luciano31. He's an artist from Mexico, and he lives in Barcelona now. He's a tattoo artist, and I love his shit. So I've been following him for a minute, and I got in touch with him, and it just worked out. After those email threads that are like 100 emails long, we ended it with a very, very long email thread with many, many ideas back and forth. And a lot of my ideas didn't work at first, and then it's a back and forth until we come together of like what is his style and kind of what I'm looking for. You know what I mean? Sometimes when I give artists my ideas, it doesn't really ever translate the way it would with the artist that I like. Just kind of I let him do his own thing. So you kind of have to represent a little bit what you want to get out of it, but you also have to let the artist be the artist. You know what I mean?
It's a balance. It's really a balance between two artists. It's because it's tough to have the same vision.
Someone, yeah, like you want them to do something for you, but you really have to let them like spread their wings and do it. So.
It fucking worked with the new records. It's amazing, man. Can't wait to see that on a t-shirt. I'm gonna be the first to buy it, and make sure everybody's gonna wait for you guys in Quebec and all around the Quebec. And you said that there's a huge love affair since day one, because of everything we said. You're hardworking. You keep doing it even if it was hard, and people in Quebec recognize that, and we love when you come see us. I know it's a long ride. That's the pain in the ass in Canada. Such long ride.
Yeah, 100%. It's not the worst though. I don't mind taking the train from Toronto to Montreal. Quebec City is a little more difficult,
You're right.
The planes don't like to go there too often. It's like expensive, and it takes a long time.
Yeah, like $400 more than just like stopping in Montreal, and it's a 3-hour drive.
Yeah, for sure.
Andrew, I'm gonna wait for you. Thank you. You've always been generous with me and the radio show, and I appreciate that. We've been doing that for 13 years, man, and as long as
I appreciate you.
As long as you keep playing it and pushing yourself, we're there pressing play.
Man, that's awesome. I appreciate that.
Thank you. We're gonna spin the 2 new single, of course, and let's talk maybe in January when the record's gonna be released.
That would be sick. Merci beaucoup.
Merci à toi. Thank you so much, Andrew. Have a blast tonight. See you around.
Okay, bye.
Cheers.